Welcome to the Word a Day English podcast.
The podcast where you improve your English through clear, natural conversations.
I'm Maya.
And I'm Daniel.
This is B1 Plus.
Longer conversations, richer vocabulary, and more speaking practice for intermediate English learners.
Today's topic is workplace problems, deadlines, teamwork, and finding practical solutions.
First, listen for the main idea. Then we'll review useful expressions, grammar, and speaking patterns.
You do not need to understand every word.
Stay with the conversation, notice repeated phrases, and try to answer the speaking questions aloud.
Ready?
Let's begin.
Scene 1, a deadline problem. You look stressed. Is everything okay?
Not really. The client wants the final report by 3, but 2 departments still haven't sent their numbers.
Have you reminded them?
Twice. One team says their system is down.
Could you finish the rest of the report first?
That's probably the best option.
Then when their numbers arrive, you can add them at the end.
I just hate waiting when there's a deadline.
I know, but worrying won't make the data arrive faster.
True. I need to focus on what I can control.
Scene 2, looking for the cause.
The sales total still doesn't match the finance system.
How big is the difference?
About £1,200.
That's too large to ignore.
Exactly. I've checked the formulas, and they seem correct.
Could there be a duplicate entry?
Possibly. Let's filter by invoice number.
Good idea.
Wait. There it is. Invoice 7842 appears twice.
Does removing it fix the total?
Almost. We're still off by £80.
Then let's check refunds and discounts. Scene 3, asking for help.
I found the duplicate, but I'm still missing £80.
Do you want me to look at the refund list?
Yes, please. A fresh pair of eyes might help.
Here's something. One customer received an £80 refund yesterday.
That's it. It hasn't been entered in the report.
Problem solved.
I should have asked for help earlier.
Sometimes we spend too long trying to solve everything alone.
Especially when we're under pressure.
Exactly. Teamwork is not a sign that you can't do the job. Scene 4, explaining the solution. Is the report ready now?
Yes. We found one duplicate invoice and one missing refund.
Has the final total been checked?
Yes. Maya and I both checked it against the finance system.
Good. What can we do to prevent this next month?
I'd like to add a simple validation step before we close the report.
What would that involve?
A duplicate check, a refund check, and a comparison against the finance total.
That sounds sensible.
It should catch the same type of error much earlier.
Let's step out of the story for a moment.
At B1 plus level, we want to do more than answer with one short sentence.
We want to explain reasons, compare options, describe results, and react naturally.
Here are some useful ways to make your answers longer.
Connector, because.
Example, I chose that option because it was simpler.
Connector, although.
Example, although I was tired, I still went to the meeting.
Connector, however.
Example, the first plan was convenient. However, it was too expensive.
Connector, so.
Example, the train was delayed, so we changed the meeting time.
Connector, if.
Example, if the problem happens again, I'll ask for help earlier.
Connector, while.
Example, I listened to the podcast while I was walking home.
These small linking words make a big difference.
They help your English sound more connected and more confident.
Now let's review the key expressions from today's episode.
Expression, under pressure.
Meaning, in a stressful situation because something is urgent or difficult.
Example, I make more mistakes when I'm under pressure.
Repeat, under pressure.
Again, a little more naturally.
Under pressure.
Expression, a fresh pair of eyes.
Meaning, another person who can look at a problem differently.
Example, let's ask Sam for a fresh pair of eyes.
Repeat, a fresh pair of eyes.
Again, a little more naturally.
A fresh pair of eyes.
Expression, track down.
Meaning, find the source of a problem.
Example, we finally tracked down the missing payment.
Repeat, track down.
Again, a little more naturally.
Track down.
Expression, figure out.
Meaning, understand or solve something.
Example, we need to figure out why the system failed.
Repeat, figure out.
Again, a little more naturally.
Figure out.
Expression, prevent.
Meaning, stop something from happening.
Example, this extra check should prevent the same error next time.
Repeat, prevent.
Again, a little more naturally.
Prevent.
Expression, involve.
Meaning, include as a necessary part.
Example, the solution involves checking 3 different reports.
Repeat, involve.
Again, a little more naturally.
Involve. B1 plus grammar focus.
Let's practice 3 patterns that intermediate learners need again and again.
Pattern 1, present perfect for experiences and recent changes.
I've changed my routine.
I've never tried that before.
Have you ever had the same problem?
Notice that we often use the present perfect when the exact past time is not important.
Pattern 2, first conditional for real future possibilities.
If I finish early, I'll call you.
If the train is delayed, we'll change the plan.
Pattern 3. Use to for past habits or situations that are different now.
I used to worry when plans changed.
I used to spend more time on social media.
Now make one sentence about your own life with each pattern.
Shadowing practice.
Listen once. Then repeat the sentence with the same rhythm.
I'm trying to focus on what I can control.
Your turn.
I'm trying to focus on what I can control. That makes much more sense now.
Your turn.
That makes much more sense now. I'd rather wait than make a rushed decision.
Your turn.
I'd rather wait than make a rushed decision. It depends on what matters most to you.
Your turn.
It depends on what matters most to you. I've been thinking about that for a while.
Your turn.
I've been thinking about that for a while. If something changes, I'll let you know.
Your turn.
If something changes, I'll let you know. I used to find this difficult, but it's getting easier.
Your turn.
I used to find this difficult, but it's getting easier. On the other hand, there are some clear advantages.
Your turn.
On the other hand, there are some clear advantages. Speaking practice.
Try to answer each question in 2 or 3 sentences.
Question: what would you do in a similar situation?
Pause the video if you need more time.
Model answer: I would probably stay calm and look at the practical options first. Then I'd contact the people involved and explain the situation. Question: have you ever had a problem like this before?
Pause the video if you need more time.
Model answer: yes, I have. I had a similar problem last year, and I learned that communicating early usually makes things easier. Question: what is one advantage and one disadvantage of the situation we discussed?
Pause the video if you need more time.
Model answer: one advantage is that you have more choice. On the other hand, having too many options can make the decision harder. Question: what usually helps you make a difficult decision?
Pause the video if you need more time.
Model answer: I usually collect information and give myself some time. If the decision is important, I also ask someone I trust for another point of view. Question: do you prefer to plan carefully or stay flexible? Why?
Pause the video if you need more time.
Model answer: I prefer to have a basic plan because it helps me feel organized. However, I try to stay flexible because unexpected things happen. Question: what is one habit or decision you have changed in the last year?
Pause the video if you need more time.
Model answer: I've changed the way I use my phone. I used to check it constantly, but now I turn off most notifications. Listening challenge.
Listen to this short story once without stopping.
Sophie had to finish a report before the end of the day. When she checked the figures, the totals did not match. She first checked the formulas, then compared the invoices, and finally asked a colleague to review the refund list. Together they found a duplicate invoice and corrected the report before the deadline.
Question 1. What was the main problem or decision?
Think for a moment.
Question 2. What action did the person take?
Think again.
Question 3. What was the result?
Now summarize the story in your own words in 3 or 4 sentences. Final B1 plus recap.
Today you practiced natural conversation, useful expressions, connected answers, grammar, shadowing, and listening.
Your goal is not to remember every sentence.
Choose 3 expressions from this episode and use them again today.
You can write them, say them aloud, or create your own examples.
Then listen to this episode again in a few days.
The second listen should feel easier.
And that feeling is evidence that your listening is improving.
Thank you for listening to the Word a Day English podcast.
Keep listening.
Keep speaking.
And keep building your English one conversation at a time.
See you in the next B1 Plus episode.
Bye.